Hello there, guys in the YouTube world. Welcome to my brain wreck. This is, like I said, is a fairly new channel. I've done 4 videos so far. I have 1 subscriber, so I appreciate that subscriber. So if you guys, if this is getting out to you anywhere in the world, to people with seizures, disorders, or epilepsy, and you like to watch this and try to educate yourselves as I'm educating myself coming along. I've had seizures. I've had 3 nocturnal seizures. All 3 of them almost killed me, as you guys know from other stuff, my other things. My last one was that seizure. I was put on a ventilator, and I didn't respond to until a bunch of hours later, But anyways, like I said, I didn't remember anything or nothing from any of my seizures. And 1 pseudo seizure, I don't remember anything from that. Anyways, we're talking about the stigma in people with epilepsy and seizure disorder. So it's felt by members of the epilepsy community on a regular basis, and also people with seizure disorders. It's many aspects of the of life, unfortunately. People with it struggle, on their journey. They're trying to get their epilepsy under control, trying to find answers for themselves. They don't know why, what's happening to them, what's going on. Their caregivers, their caregivers often bear the negative attitude surrounding this condition. But we're not trying to be negative. I know I can see how you guys think we're being negative and stuff, and we're just looking for answers just like you are. As epilepsy, our seizures, they've been a misunderstood and stigmatized disorder, basically. They've been disorder, mostly because of myths and misconceptions, because people, like I said, haven't educated themselves. They need to go out and be educated more, and also epilepsy and seizure disorders need to be funded more and be recognized more, such as diabetes, breast cancer, heart cancer, and things like that. Those are recognized way more than epilepsy and seizure. They're not up there in that higher echelon of the groups, as I think they should be, in my personal opinion, but that's my opinion. That's how I feel, because I myself have a seizure disorder. I haven't been diagnosed with epilepsy or anything, but I do go see a neurologist here the 23rd of April, which most of us know how hard it is to get to a neurologist, especially if we have a seizure disorder or epilepsy. Such as myself, I have seizure disorder. I had not been officially diagnosed with epilepsy. But anyways, it's a neurological condition for people that have epilepsy. And the seizures are a symptom of epilepsy. Even though stigma is it can be a higher frequency of seizures, which comes from Epilepsy of 2022. All right, just so you guys know, EPILEPSIA 2022. That's in case you're wondering. Anyone with epilepsy can experience stigma. Even seizures are well controlled. No, my seizures are controlled for now. They've been controlled for a while. Doesn't mean I'm not going to have another one. Like I have seizure meds for, anticonvulsant, anti-seizure meds, however you want to call them. I'm definitely afraid to not take my seizure meds. I'm not taking them, but I do want to take them. If I don't have them, it definitely scares me. So I could have a seizure anytime right now, but my seizures are okay so far as we know anyways. People with epilepsy or seizure disorders, they just experience stigma in subtle, overt ways. We know when we're being, well, let's say we know when we're being discriminated against or certain things. We just know. And we just kind of let it go and just go with the flow. But we know that we shouldn't be discriminated against. We know that some people with the seizures and stuff, or seizure disorder, or epilepsy, there is ADA rules and stuff. If you guys know what ADA is, American Disability Act, so it does fall underneath Social Security as a disability for the people that have epilepsy anyways. As for other seizure disorders, I'm not aware of that. I'm not sure. I'd have to do my research on that. But there's ADA in that. They, for example, person with epilepsy, or even person, they may be discriminated against at work by not being offered a promotion because of their epilepsy. Because to them, to the company that they're working for, they're considering them a liability. Trust me, these big companies, they have lawyers that will try everything, anything, any ways to, fight these laws and stuff. And a lot of times they'll win because they have money talks. They find all these small little different laws and stuff. So So if you find something like that, you're in a position that you think you should be promoted for, or they didn't promote you because they found you as a liability, that's a big no-no, actually. I highly suggest you get yourself a ADA lawyer or whatever, disability lawyer, see if they can help you out possibly. I know it's expensive for a lot of people, but if there's any possible way. They may have been bullied at the school because of their seizures, like I said in my other video, because children or younger children or even adult children or high school children don't know what they just go about it and make fun of them, because like I said, they don't have control over the seizures. Some people may know when their seizures are coming on. That's why they get their safe spot and lay down or whatever and so forth. So because of that bullying and stuff and all that good stuff, whatever, not that good stuff, bullying's not good. So I am totally against bullying. So any of you people out there are bullies and like that, I hope you get what's coming to you. I really do. Sorry, this is how I feel. But as I said, I'm not the one to judge. It's the man upstairs, and I'm an ordained minister, as I said. So, or reverend, as you can say. So I follow God's rules, and I believe what He says. As it says in the Bible, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, ash to ashes, dust to dust, and so forth and so on. I do believe in defending yourself. We have rights. Everybody has rights. And they came at a cost to us. Unfortunately, to some of our family members, fought for our right. A lot of our family members fought for our rights. So take that in consideration. Like I said, they can be bullied at school because of their seizures, and which can lead them to feel shame, fear, rejection, not wanting to seek treatment at all. Because they're scared. They're filled that no, they didn't need to be. It impacts their quality of life. Definitely impacts their quality of life. That's from Epilepsy and Behavior 2021, in case you guys are wondering. Because no one is talking about, obviously, the stigma remains. It has gotten a little bit better out there, but not good enough. It needs to be put out there way more. It needs to be shown and broadcast on TVs more and things like that. On podcasts or news, your own little news outlet needs to be put out there. They hide their condition and the cycle continues. But, is there a way to change it? Yeah, there's a way to change it. We just have to learn how to be educated. We got to educate ourselves and educate you, how to educate those things around you. There's different ways you can do it, You want to share the facts about epilepsy and seizure disorders and encourage people to learn more about seizure first aid, Learn about seizure first aid. There's ways out there you can learn about seizure first aid and what types of seizures are recognized and things like that. Resources in your community. Like I said, the main place is epilepsy.com. That's the main foundations. Okay, you'll find a lot of information on there, and it's EPILPESY.com. You guys will find a lot of information on there and coping resources and stuff like that, not just for you, but for family, friends, and members like that. And they also provide sometimes financial help for you also. Also, you'll find certain laws that have to do with people's, people always ask, does people with epilepsy drive? Yeah, they do drive. They can drive. Is it scary to other people out on the road? Well, yeah, probably, but if their stuff is under control, they're allowed to drive, depending on the state laws and stuff. Like here in Michigan, it's 6 months, but it's kind of like a voluntary thing. If your doctor tells you don't drive for 6 months, you don't drive for 6 months, basically. It's kind of like an honorary system, because, hey, so each time you have a seizure, so you have a seizure every 6 months, guess what? Time clock resets until the doctor says no more, gives his work to the Secretary of State or DMV or whatever, and tells them, nope, no more driving. Him or her. Or them or whatever. So yeah, people, they lose their independency when they can't drive. So they feel like, they don't want to rely on other people. They want to have their independence so they can go somewhere and enjoy themselves once in a while. Drive to a place where they want to be with their friends sometimes, if the friends that do understand them. You can seek self-management resources, of course. They don't have to do it. Personal development doesn't have to do this alone. There are self-management resources that count psychological fix on people with epilepsy or seizure disorders. That stigma can cause to improve silence fix that stigma can cause to improve a person's self-esteem and help them strive for a better seizure control. You know, like balancing their diet, how they eat, how they sleep, what they do, exercises. How to change things up. It's hard to do. So, if you guys want to share your story, you can send it to my email at herkesgalaxy.com. You can send you don't have to put your face on camera or anything like that, or you can just record it and send it to my email. It's herkesgalaxy.com, herkesgalaxy.com. And once again, it's herkesgalaxy@gmail.com. I'll spell it one more time. herkesgalaxy@gmail.com. Of course, you remain anonymous because I don't want to put your names out there. There's no reason to put your names out there. But just share your story. You can give a fake name if you want or whatever, or your initials or anything like that if you want. So if you want to send your stuff to my email and stuff, and I can attach it to my YouTube channel here, My Brain Wreck, I think that's, like I said, I think that's pretty good. My Brain Wreck, because your brain did wreck, basically, All right, my brain took a crap, as some people would say. My brain went somewhere else, or my brain switched sides. It's hard to say, Like I said, you can go to epilepsyfoundation.com. You can find all that stuff on there. And also, you can click on there and click on your state and take to your local foundations in your county or city area or nearby, stuff like that. So hopefully that helps you guys. Now, getting about our independency in there. Let's say driving or watching us like a hawk. Give me a second here. I know a lot of you guys don't worry about it. There's this is from the healthline.com. There are 1.2% of Americans have epilepsy. That's 3.4 million. And that's just over here in the United States, in the lower 40, in the Alaska and Hawaii. So that is crazy. It's about 1 in 26 people that have it. Most of the worldwide of the people diagnosed with epilepsy. Now, this is epilepsy. This is not seizure disorders. Remember, I told you in my other videos there's two different things. Even though there's seizures associated with epilepsy, I know it's kind of confusing, but if you educate yourself, you understand why. So worldwide, a quarter of newly all diagnosed cases of epilepsy are in children. Yeah, eventually, most of them do grow out of epilepsy later on in life, but it doesn't mean it won't come back possibly. Now we're here. It says, like it says, there are more than 3 million Americans with epilepsy. 470,000 cases are children. Children count, from this is healthline.com, count for 6.3 out of every 1,000 cases of epilepsy. So, and epilepsy is commonly diagnosed before age 20 or after age 65. I'm 50. I've not been diagnosed with epilepsy as of yet, but they do know I have some type of seizure disorder. They just don't know what. So, and at the rate of case increase after 50 when people are more likely to develop strokes, tumors, and Alzheimer's. So this is the fourth one, basically. So it's pretty scary. As for gender specifics, over here on the healthline.com, it says gender is more likely to develop epilepsy. It says overall, no gender is more likely to develop epilepsy than the other. However, it is possible each gender is more likely to develop certain subtypes of epilepsy. And I'm just reading this off here. It says, for example, a 2008 study found that symptomatic epilepsies were more common in men than women. Idiopathic generalized epilepsies, on the other hand, were more common among females. It says any differences that might exist can likely be attributed to biological difference in the two genders, as well as hormonal changes in social function. So that could be true. Women go through different hormone changes. Guys, we go through hormonal or puberty. Women go through puberty, and women, as someone will say, well, we go through menopause, midlife crisis, I guess you could say, as they call it. Or women, they go through their menopause, maybe the late 40s, 48, or who knows, I'm not sure exactly, but I know about it. So, even though epilepsy can begin at any age, but most people are diagnosed at two distinct phases in life: early childhood and after age 55. But from the board I'm reading on, it seems as different quite a bit, actually, to be honest. I think it's quite different, in my opinion, anyways. As for the brain infections, infections such as meningitis, inflame the brain and spinal cord, and can increase your risk for death by epilepsy, and so forth. All right, on to another topic here. One more topic I want to talk about is people with seizure disorders and epilepsy like to have their independency. They hate to be reminded of when to take their medicine every single time and watch them like they're a baby. I get it that you care for them and your family members and that you want to make sure they're okay. I mean, they don't like to be bothered when, they have to go use the restroom, all right. And then you're asking, check on them every 2 minutes and stuff like that. Are you okay? Are you okay? Or okay? We hate that. We don't like that. Anybody with seizure disorders or epilepsy, we like to enjoy ourselves, take time out for ourselves. Like I was talking about my other video yesterday, and as I said earlier about my words getting mixed up, Scrabble word salads. I can't get them out. I know what I say, but I don't know how to say it. But anyways, we're capable of doing stuff. People are capable of doing stuff and taking care of themselves. They can drive, as long as their stuff is under control. There are some that cannot drive or cannot drive or are told not to drive ever again or told not to work ever again because of their epilepsy. Because like I said, epilepsy does fall underneath the Social Security Act as a disability in ADA. And who knows how that's going to be going in the near future. You guys know. But anyways, people with epilepsy and seizure disorders, it's not that we don't mind you keeping track of us or making sure we're okay and stuff. It's just that if you're constantly keeping track of us and watching what we're doing, how we're doing, and you're on top of us and you're right there next to us, or like for instance, let's say that somebody's gonna go take a shower, right? And then you decide to take a chair just right outside the shower there and make sure in case anything happens, and you're taking them. You guys are there, and you're asking, "You doing okay? You feeling all right?" They're like, "Yeah, I'm fine, thank you." If you hear an attitude in their voice like that, because they're being bugged. They don't want to be bugged. They want to be left alone, enjoy their shower or whatever they're doing, and just leave them alone. Same if they want to watch TV alone or read a book or listen to a podcast or listen to a YouTube channel like this one I'm doing here. I know these are long videos. I'm sorry. I'm just pushing these out there to get them out there. They don't want to be bugged every single time. And we do know that you care about us and you worry about us. But it does get annoying sometimes, okay? It really does. So, not to be watching us like a hawk every single time. Unless their person is bedridden or something like that, or absolutely does have to be watched, I can understand that. Like a baby or somebody or a very young child or whatever. But as they get older and stuff, and they still have the epilepsy or something, let them have their independency a little bit, you can, sit down and talk with them. Talk to them what would they like, Be honest with them how you feel. Let them be honest with you how you feel. Like I said, don't lie to them, but don't talk to them like they're a baby. Teenagers or adults, don't talk to them like a baby. If it's a baby, of course you can talk to them like a baby, but do not talk to them like they're just a stigma, as I mentioned earlier. Okay, they're not a stigma to society. They're a human being. They have a brain. They can talk for themselves, But if you do need to talk for them, that's understandable. If they can't talk or whatever, I get that. But if they can talk and hear and see and all that good stuff, and they understand what you're saying, let them talk too. Let them tell them how they feel about you being watching them like a hawk. Don't watch them like a hawk. Let them enjoy their independence. Let them go out by themselves once in a while. You gotta let go of that sometimes. Is it scary for you? You betcha. Is it scary for them? Yeah, it can be, but it can also feel very good for them and freedom, and they can actually go do some. I mean, yeah, you can keep track of them to a certain degree. Just ask them, can you just let me know where you're going to be, in case something does happen, and we can get a hold of you, or we need to get a hold of the hospital or something like that. All right, put your emergency contact information in there, or ICE, ICE, in case of emergency. That's also, or and make sure they have their medical stuff on their phone. There's a emergency information thing where I think most people's phones have nowadays. So do that, but let them go and be themselves, enjoy themselves. Let them go and go to their friend's house. Let them go to a store or mall or whatever. Just to look around, give them something to do. Like I said, like they're in their bedroom, and you're trying, or let them read their book or listen to their podcast, play on their computer, watch the TV, so forth, or listen to me if they like to. So, but anyways, let them have more independence than you don't give them, because then they feel like they're just being held in a prison, right? Don't hold them in a prison, don't enclose the walls on them, because guess what? The more you enclose the walls on them, the less they're going to respect you, and you're going to make them feel very uncomfortable, and you're going to make them want to leave, and they're going to leave. If they find the way to leave, they will. So just talk to them normally. Talk to them like they're a human being. Pretty simple. Well, that's all I have to say right now. Next one I'll talk about is epilepsy and people driving. And I don't know if it falls into this about independency. So thanks for watching my brain rock.